wanna play a game?
Hey, what's up everyone, it's Scarecrow. This is my Urban Legends video. I know this is way overdue. I said I was going to post this, I don't know, what was it, Tuesday? And I actually made the video, but I couldn't upload it at my friend's house. And then, I don't know what happened to it. I must have erased it or something because I couldn't upload it. I got mad. And then yesterday, I didn't remake it. I thought about it, but I figured I might as well just do it today since my friend's going to be staying again and we're going to make a bunch of videos. I posted my Elder Scrolls video and we're working on an even funnier video right now. It'll probably be up a couple hours after this is. But I don't want to waste a whole lot of time on this because I have a lot of stuff I want to cover. This is probably going to be 2 or 3 parts anyway, so I want to get this going so I don't waste a whole bunch of time. This video right now is going to be Urban Legends that I've been reading, and if I don't run over too much with the Urban Legends, I'll be reading some scary stories if I find some more, but right now these are just my favorite Urban Legends, and here we go. My first favorite is Kuchisake Onna. It's a Japanese urban legend. It's mainly called the Slipmouth Woman. I don't really like how the website Scary for Kids explains this, so I'm using the explanation off Wikipedia, and I'm just going to read this off to you. So if you don't like being read to, I'm just going to tell you where I'm finding all this information so you can just tell me. Well, you can go find it for yourself. The legend is said to originate with a young woman who lived hundreds of years ago and was either the wife or concubine of a samurai. She is said to have been very beautiful but also very vain, and possibly cheating on her husband. The samurai, extremely jealous and feeling cuckolded, attacked her and slit her mouth from ear to ear, screaming, "Who will think you're beautiful now?" The urban legend picks up from this point, stating that a woman roams around at night, especially during foggy evenings, with her face covered by a surgical mask, which would not be especially unusual as people with colds often wear masks for the sake of others in Japan. When she encounters someone, primarily children or college students, she will shyly ask, "Am I beautiful?" In Japanese, that's "Watashi kirei." If the person answers yes, she will take off her mask and say, even like this. At this point, if the victim answers no, she will slay them. In many versions, her weapon is a pair of scissors. If the victim tells her she's pretty a second time, she follows the victim home and slays them at the doorway to their residence. Due to the fact that kirei, Japanese for pretty, is a near homophone of kirei, the imperative form of to cut. In other versions of the myth, if you reply yes after she removes the mask, she will give you a large blood-soaked ruby and walk away. Which, I don't really like that. That sounds even more unrealistic to me. That kind of just takes you out of the myth. During the 70s, the urban legend went that if the victim answers, "You're average," they are saved. When the urban legend was revived around 2000, the answer that would save you was changed to "so-so." With the change that this answer causes the Kuchisake Onna to think about what to do, and the victim can escape while she is in thought. Another way to escape while Kuchisake Onna is distracted is to throw candy or other sweets at her. I found that funny as crap. One other way is to ask her if you are pretty. She will get confused and leave. So that was the first story. And now I'm going back to the Scary for Kids website and Urban Legends. I haven't really planned out which order I'm going to tell these to you in. I'll probably just find them. I'll probably just look at the really good ones that I know are good. And then, if I still have time left, I'll just say some of the random ones. And if I don't have a whole lot of time, I'll just drift off to scary stories. Right now we're in Japanese legends, because these are the pretty cool ones. I like these. We're going to go to Hanako-san, the Toilet Ghost. I know that sounds ridiculous. This actually features 3 different ghost, myth, urban legend things in them. Hanako-san is a Japanese urban legend about the ghost of a young girl that's supposed to haunt school toilets, opening and closing doors and scaring anyone who enters the bathroom, knocks on her stall, and calls her name. 20 years ago, when a wave of stories of ghost sightings swept through the nation's schoolyards, one tale in particular, Hanako, the ghost in the toilet, almost achieved the status of a national phenomenon. Every child had a Hanako story to tell. The stories, of course, are many and varied, but every schoolchild in Japan, at one time or another, has stood in dread and anticipation as he or she ventured into the school toilet alone. This is similar to the legend of Kashima Reiko, a female ghost without legs who also lives in school bathrooms. She calls out, "Where are my legs?" when people enter the bathroom. Yet another version features Oi Manto, I'm not sure how to say that, or Aka Manto, a male ghost who waits in the last stall in the girls' bathroom. Anyone entering the bathroom hears a voice asking, "Which do you prefer, the red paper or the blue paper?" If they pick red, he kills them by slashing their back and neck repeatedly with a blade to make them look like they're wearing a red cape. If they pick blue, they're killed by hanging. And I thought this was pretty funny. One of the comments a person left on this was, "I love that red or blue paper thing. I'd say green to confuse him." I thought that was funny. Like I said, I'm getting these off scaryforkids.com, and I'm filling in between the stories with random talking because I have to load the stories on the page. I haven't preset them up. I guess we'll go to the no faces next. These are called Naparabus. If I'm saying this wrong, it doesn't really make a difference, I guess. This Japanese urban legend is called No Face, about Naparabu, a creature from Japanese folklore. Though they look like normal people, the Naparabu's distinctive feature is their face, which lacks eyes, a nose, or a mouth. Instead of normal human features, Naparabu have only smooth skin. People who encounter Naparabu usually do not immediately realize that they are talking to something that is otherworldly, as the creatures are able to create the illusion they have a normal human face. The Naparabu will wait for the right moment before causing their features to disappear, scaring the person that they are speaking with. People usually run into Naparabu at night in lonely rural settings, although they can appear anywhere as long as the area is deserted. The Naparabu's primary purpose is to scare humans, but beyond that they do not seem to have any sort of agenda. One famous Naparabu story is Lafcadio Hearn's Mugina? I have no idea. The story is short and definitely describes an encounter with a Naparabu, but is also the source of much confusion. In the story, Hearn refers to the creatures as a Mugina, which is actually a different type of creature altogether, a sort of badger. This mistake has caused a lot of Western readers to mix up the names for Naparabu and Mugina, and even today you will run across authors and scholars who are using the wrong name. Regardless, the story itself is a very typical tale of Naparabu mischief. I think there's just one more Japanese one, then we'll go back to other ones. If you go to scaryforkids.com and you see this thing called long neck, it confuses me and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but anyway. This one's called Tek Tek, or the girl who walks on elbows. This is kind of far-fetched, but kind of freaky at the same time, because a lot of things make it... Well, I'll explain this after I read it, that way you'll understand. Tek Tek is an urban legend from Japan about a student who is leaving his school when he looks back and sees a beautiful girl through a window. He wonders why she's here, because it's an all-boys school. When she sees him, she smiles and hugs herself so that she's holding her elbows. Suddenly, she leaps out of the window and the boy realizes that she's missing the lower half of her body. She comes towards him, running on her elbows, making a tek-tek-tek-tek-tek sound. Some say he tried to run, while others say he was frozen on the spot. When she caught up to the boy, she took out a scythe and cut him in half, making him into one of her own. When kids tell the story, they warn each other about the Tek Tek. They say she carries a sharp saw or scythe, and if she catches you, she'll cut you in half and you'll become just like her. She's said to chase children who play at dusk. I'm just going to check how much time I have left on this video. I think I have time for another story before I cut to another one. But yeah, that's particularly spooky, kind of. It's kind of far-fetched because it'd be kind of hard for her to swing a scythe with her missing the lower half of her body. But it's kind of creepy at the same time because when you can't see anything, like when it's really late, like it is now. It's 11:11. When it's really late, like it is now, everything starts making a tek-tek sound because weights are shifting on stuff and everything like that. It scared the crap out of me and my friend last night. What other ones? I want to read People Can Lick Too or Humans Can Lick Too, but that's too long for this video. One that I want to try out, but I don't want to, is called Bloody Mary. It originated in Ohio, and honestly, I'm kind of scared to try that one because I live close enough to where it happened that it could actually affect me, and I might